good evening, good evening, good evening. Whew. All right, we are here writing with Delores. I hope you have your projects ready to get started on a real chill live writing session. I'm glad you are here with me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's start by putting on a little bit of chill music. We'll go with the lo-fi music today. And as usual, let me know in the chat what you're working on. What are you creating? This is our accountability group. Okay. So think of it like we're all just, in the same virtual office, just kind of like doing our thing, writing, creating, putting some good things out into the world. So let me know what you're working on so I can hold you accountable. You hold me accountable. Tonight we're going to be working on the Girlfriend Gala. Some of these live streams I've been working on the Gala, so I know you guys are familiar with it, especially those who are on my Facebook watching. I promote it heavily over there on Facebook since it's a local event that we'll be having. So I do most of my promotion over on Facebook since that's, where most of my local friends gather. So that's what we've been working on here lately, and I'm going to continue working on that. Today we had we had two major meetings, and we're finalizing the details with the venue, and also finalizing details with tickets and how many tickets we'll have available to sell and all that good stuff, and just working out a couple of kinks that we've had just with our ticketing system. So yeah, we're making progress. We're doing really good with that. So this weekend I'm going to be doing a major ticket push, and so I just want to make sure that I'm as prepared as possible for that. So that's what you'll see me working on today, and then we're just going to listen to something. We're going to listen to, but I don't know, y'all. Y'all might have to let me know what you want to listen to. There was something I was listening to on here. Yeah, there's a couple of things in the algorithm, child, we could pull up while we work. This is one of those sessions where I can kind of multitask, so I can have on some videos in the background and listen to them and still get my work done. So let's do that. Let's have y'all been like tracking any of the Sha'Carri Richardson, the track star, any of the drama that she's been caught up in? It's been a few things going on with her, So let's take a listen to that, and child, keep all of our daughters in your prayers, honey, okay? Because I don't know, it's almost like we struggling a little bit. We got to get ourselves together, ladies, okay? So let's listen and see what's going on with her.
Is a woman who mess around with women easier to make a partner with than a woman who has messed around with a lot of men? Between the two of them, which one would be?
Okay, wait. Let's listen to that question again.
Is a woman who mess around with women easier to make a partner with than a woman who has messed around with a lot of men? Between the two of them, which one would be more coachable to be in a relationship with? The one with a lot of men. The one with a lot of men? Yeah. That is so interesting to hear that. You think the opposite, so that's good. So Craig, why do you think the woman who's been with a lot of men is the better relationship candidate?
If a woman that messes with women decides to come back to men, I feel like she's lost in a way, where she's looking for fulfillment. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to being submissive. How old are you?
23.
How old is your man?
I actually have a girlfriend.
Are you bi straight or what?
I'm lesbian.
What made you realize you didn't like men?
I don't click with them. The maturity wasn't there. The emotional availability wasn't there. It didn't click at all.
Was it the sex too, or?
It's not even about him. It's just, I personally cannot see myself marrying a man.
But were you attracted to him at all?
Anybody can be physically attractive. Doesn't mean that I want to be with them.
Sometimes I feel like a lot of women go with because they don't want to submit. They want it to be their way, But a woman that's been with a lot of men has experienced a lot of different type of men. So when you accept her, I feel like they know how to maneuver better, in my opinion. So I think it would be easier to be with her because she understands men better than a woman who just deals with them.
Steve, what do you think? I know you know about women who been with a lot of men. Give it to them.
What? No, only reason I'm saying I believe the opposite setup is because if she's been with a lot of women, more so than men, she's probably has heard a lot of what stuff coming from a man would be. In other words, it'd be fresh. So if she has hardly been with men, she's probably been hearing all that kind of rhetoric from a woman's point of view.
Right.
So when she does get with a guy, it would be like so new. I think that his point of view, his take on things. So I think it would be the opposite. I think it would actually be better if she came from messing around with a bunch of women, and then all of a sudden she's over here with a guy.
Right.
I can't believe I finally agree with you.
Oh God, stop.
I finally agree with Darlene. Wow, how long have I been doing you?
Shut your ass.
How long have I been doing you? The whole time you've been talking, I'm like,
14 and a half years.
a bush.
Oh gosh, whatever.
Then what's today's date? August 6th? Oh, God, put that in the calendar.
Sha'Carri Richardson has always identified as bisexual, but we've always seen her with women. I've never seen her with a man until recently. Recently, Sha'Carri Richardson shared this particular photo wearing this particular chain. And this chain is nice, right? Don't get me wrong. However, this chain looks like it belongs to somebody else. That chain belongs to Olympic sprinter Christian Coleman. Now, but I got a little stud I'm dealing with now, though. Beautiful. Teresa. Little stud, little cutie pie. She like women. She be giving head and lean.
I would not date a boy. I would date my girl. Like y'all keep on saying I would. No, I would not. Just like my nails done, it don't mean nothing. I like him. Not all boys.
Dated women my whole life, and I've recently switched to dating men. And I'm also dropping a song about it on Friday. So because I've dated both, I'm going to talk about the differences between men and women that I've noticed in my experience.
There are women out here who just refuse to be with a man. Right. They only be with women. Right. That's a whole other thing, if you ask me. But women who are with women, but then come on home, you have a better chance, in my opinion, saving her than you have saving a woman who has basically, just imagine what it's like to be a girl who has slept with 20 plus men. How can you believe in anything?
That's a conservative number.
Ain't it?
That's conservative. 20 is probably really 50 for you.
Man, who you telling? I'm being nice. I'm being nice. I'm talking about 20. That's your first year of college. Especially if you go to college, you ain't got no brand.
Girl was like, yeah, I want to get down with you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I want to get down with you too. I was like, she's like, yeah. She's like, I'm going to call my girl up. I was like, man, whoa. Yeah. I was like, let's go to the room. Hey, man, how you going to play your girl? But she's like, she's straight. I'm like, okay. Well, anytime a black man's story starts with, it ain't good. She was like 6'5", Hooper. Like, neat man to Jones. She came in there like, what's happening? What we doing?
And fun. And one of them hooping backpacks with just a string as a harness. This how she walked in the room. Clearly, this just going to triple double somewhere.
I was like,
She was, that ain't me.
I'd have never thought.
Walking in the room. This is we putting that work on right here? Okay. Slim was finding them up, don't he? Slim got my all right.
I'm old school. Dude.
I like my women like basketball. 101. 101.
You never had three?
No.
Never?
No.
Why?
My attention span ain't too long.
What?
I need to focus on this, right? What I got right here.
Okay.
Right here.
When she got undressed, she took her shorts off over her Air Force Ones.
She didn't even unbutton her blouse. She just pulled it straight over her head. It was still wrapped around her arm like this. You know, like your nephew do. Wow, everything just pulled straight over.
I'm like, I'm done with these men.
I said, oh, my goodness.
Jay, why are you so big?
What you mean?
Bro, hell no. Oh my God. Why are you bouncing like that?
What am I supposed to like? Am I being spontaneous to try stuff
Bro, I can't stop looking at your big. What the fuck?
Say I like, am I trying something new?
Come on, why you?
I'm being spontaneous right now. Why you sitting over here like looking at my chest, bro?
Bro, you look
I got this in the
big.
camera before.
I only talk about the head and she don't like me to touch her. Or moan. And I like to moan. You know, I like to scream. I touched her one time. She's like, yeah, my guy, you ain't got to do all that. But... Yeah. Delores.
What are you doing?
Trying to go for round two? What's happening?
Not like that.
So you saying all that game, but you got the back? I ain't gonna never be able to partake, ever?
No.
Is that enough? You could have only a box so I can slide in without sliding no drawers down. It's weird, man.
It's compromise.
Tyler, you put you on, right? No.
No.
So what you call me? Nah, I didn't know that. I'm comfortable with myself. But I'm not about to talk to a girl masculine. What do you mean? Why? It don't matter. I know who you really is. That's why I used to be. Hey, look, man, I ain't on that. Look, I ain't on it. You ain't gotta change me. Go change for another dude. Hey, man, go change for another dude who into that type of stuff. Nah, we ain't having it. No, I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I don't watch you eat worms, and we ate worms together as kids. Oh, you
bro. We don't eat worms and grass together, bro.
I know how you are. The pride, you'll be like,
Nah, it ain't about none of that, bro. I'm not into that, bro. I'm not into that, bro. You want some weird, bro? When we ever had conversations like this? When you ever came at me like this, bro? This is some weird shit, bro. No, yeah, that's what you is. You is, bro. I'm not cold with that. I'm not cold with that. You want some weird shit, bro. And I'm about to tell your girl.
Maybe my nails done for you. Isn't that enough?
Nah, man. I'll let you wear the do-rag still. That's weird. At least come over here next time with some sexy panties on the sun.
I didn't wear panties since I was in high school.
So I can get a G-string, a thong, at least some boy shorts.
These are boy shorts.
Those are drawers. What did you say? Don't have the balls, he.
Oh my
I'll
god.
get excellent advice to whoever, ain't gonna lie.
What in the world?
Ain't gonna lie. You dating man now. Yes, I am. Thank you. You think I'm cute? Touch the screen, baby. Come on, let's go on a date or something. Like, what you wait on? Check the DM. I'm gonna answer everybody's DMs, but it's like a lot of y'all right now, so. And I got these nails, so I can't even text. Everybody's getting voice messages, because I can't even text right now.
What you say? What you talking about? What you got? What you talking about?
Like, take me to the gym, be on the beach. Show me how to get down.
Nah, I mean, I can show you a little something.
Okay.
I'm just.
I'm like,
What?
I really want to try this one.
You really could have just walked around. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, because it's too small. It's way small.
Okay.
Yes.
Appreciate it.
And on top of that, I wouldn't say that. I mean, some lesbians be dipping and dabbling, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I don't know about you. If you live in Atlanta or something like that, but like I know some lesbians. That's for a lot of lesbians. They got girlfriends or they got relationships with women. They go on dates. But they be sneaky, man. Some lesbians, they got the frame, they got the body, and as much as they want to be dudes or act like dudes or be very masculine and tough, you can't hide that. Like, I see them yams and them jeans. You know what I'm saying? You caked all the way out. So,
Have you been able to touch in with an actual lesbian home?
before I'm married now, so back in the day. Yeah, back in the day, I messed with chicks before, not several times, but a few times I messed with girls, and they were like, I see later on in the whole fit at the movie with the chick on dance. I'm like, he's had spandex on at the crib. I knocked those back, you know what I'm saying? He was aggressive with me.
Read you like savages. Ladies, gentlemen of Polite Savages, we are now about to embark on a journey sure to anger feminists and honor women alike. Today's subject is the studs that choose to mess with the bloods, the fellas, the hombres, the ones that go from an automatic to a stick shift, and back to automatic again, getting it the way they like. As always, we promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Let's go. Like a Polite Savages coming up in the San Francisco Bay Area, we see a lot of people living that lifestyle that was considered alternative, but now it looks around and it just seems to be the norm. But something else has happened. There's a disturbance in the force. Oh yeah, something's whispering on the wind. A lot of these ladies who swore up and down that they would never ever deal with a man are going straight back to men again. So basically, there's a whole lot of butt smacking and booty clapping going on once again. So is it that these ladies just all of a sudden desire or started to miss men? Or most likely they got the same thing that men get when they enter the modern dating market.
How dare you?
The problem is that they're seeing the same thing that men are seeing in these modern relationships, having the exact same complaints, and it's almost hilarious when they go back and say, hey, dealing with these ladies, they expect the world, they expect that they are the table, they expect that they don't have to bring nothing to the situation to get everything in return. It's like dealing with a perpetual road baby. Take, cries, and don't contribute anything. And some of the ladies, they just want to mess with a man. They want to feel that feeling that they had or that they didn't have maybe back in the day. Because for years, we never seen Sha'Carri Richardson with anyone else except a lady. And now all of a sudden, she's with that world-class Olympian, and they are happy as happy can be. Black excellence, world-class athletes getting together and smiling for the camera. But this isn't a new phenomenon. You see, 25% of ladies who are doing that thing with ladies tend to turn around and go back to men if their original designation was bisexual. So a lot of studs out there are super mad, but a lot of studs out there are super glad because they know there's always that door open because you know what a brother do. If that booty's bootying, he'll slide right on in there and get on that dump trunk because the guy's a guy and the lady's a lady. And because if that equipment's spitting and someone's spitting, somebody's bound to be hitting. You dig?
It wasn't bush. She had dreads. She was clearly locked. She was clearly 18. But she had them. Now, me as a man, you're still a woman, bro. Don't tell me about right. So that's what I'm thinking about. So that's the point where he's making, like, stunt guts. He might want to get some stunt guts. Yo, that's what I said. They always got the wagon. They always have the wagons. Stunt be having wagons, bro. You having the wagons.
Man, she can't be better than me, though. She can't be better than me, you know what I'm saying?
What you mean?
Life is not. Oh my God. She just can't, she ain't easy, like.
I don't understand what you're talking about. What you trying to do?
I ain't trying to do that. So we gonna hang out with her.
I don't know. Probably. I was thinking about chilling with her tonight.
But you got me over this night. We supposed to be chilling.
Are you getting jealous?
Me jealous?
I've been gay my whole life. I don't like girls my whole life. I've never been on a date with a man. But for today, for the first time, I'm on a date with a man. I want to bring y'all along with me so we can see how it is. Did it go good or not?
Like a bunch of random clips.
I was nervous, y'all. I was nervous. But we ended up pulling up. I didn't know where we was going.
See, let me tell you something. This how I know that it's a lot going on in the black community. This how I know that the majority of our people that smile in your face and laugh at you, these are the same that's out here helping these politicians and, you know what I'm saying, the government and everything, you know what I'm saying, to go against you in your neighborhood. Yeah, these getting paid right up under the people. Okay, the majority of our people are brought and paid for. Okay, the people that works in your neighborhood, your politicians and all of them, they are brought and paid for. Okay, I don't understand how a bunch of people go against their own people. We are the only race that will go against our own people for money, for greed. You know what I'm saying? Like, our race don't give 2 cents or 2 flags about your own people. I see it all day long because we were just hollering last year, just a year ago, about these immigrants coming in and taking resources from the indigenous people. We were just hollering about this. But now you see people that look like me out there helping these.
She's on fire, and I'm gonna let her cook. But hey, she's absolutely right. There are so many bought and paid for boule sellouts out there. When you start talking about, on the upper echelon of that, these liberal politicians, out there in Chicago, you got Brandon Johnson and other aldermen out there. Yeah, they're out there. And then you got, the wolves in sheep clothing, the Al Sharptons of the world, the Roland Martins of the world, and the list goes on of those kinds of people out there willing to take $1 to push this liberal agenda, which ultimately sells out black people. I'm glad that people like this young lady, the brother I covered earlier this week, they are seeing it and they're calling it out. I'm gonna let her continue to cook. I'll finish what I have to say at the end of this. Hit that like button, share this video. Y'all gotta see this. People gotta see this.
Like, you gotta be getting paid. You gotta be paid and brought for it. You have to be. For you to go against your own people. We were just talking about this last year, and people, act like they forgot. You act like you forgot what went on last year. And the thing that what really behoops me is you don't see no other race out there. You don't see no other race out there, no white, no Chinese, no, you know what I'm saying? You don't see them. The only people that you really see out there is our people. Because the other races of people know what's going on.
I'm gonna disagree with her just briefly, just a little bit. You got white liberals out there. You got white liberals out there selling the nation out as well, selling out their own people as well. But I do understand and appreciate her sense.
These Arabs and these Chinese and these white people know what time it is. They know what time it is. But why we gotta put ourselves in a position of other that, you know what I'm saying, don't even supposed to be here. You don't even supposed to be here. You came here illegally, okay? So I don't understand how our people out there fighting and hollering for a racist of our people just a year ago was trying to replace you. These was literally finna replace your ass. So I don't understand how we sit back and not think with the brain. These the immigrants, regardless how much they come to you and say they like black people and they all for black people and all this, they not racist and all this other bullshit. 90% is racist. And they don't like you. And that's the reason why they came over here to replace your land. We ain't got shit to do with what's going on. You don't see white people. You don't see them out there marching and hollering and raving.
You do see white liberals out there, and there's a bunch of them. They're lunatics.
For immigrants, because they already know they respecting themselves. My people, make this shit make sense. How can you come over here? You only been here for 6 months to a year. You got a house, you got a business, you living well, and then you come in the black community where it is abandoned. I've been here all my life, and the majority of our people have. We can't even go into a bank and get us a loan. We can't even go and get a loan for, housing. But these people could come from over the ocean and come here and get resources right in your face. And you tell me you don't see that shit? You don't see the big picture? You know what I'm saying? Ran all them up together and get their ass up out of here. I don't give a damn if it take a load of buses to get them out of here. Get them up out of here. Get them up out of here quickly. Because little did you know, they was all flooding these towns to replace you. Okay? Let Donald Trump do what he do and stay out what's going on. Because once again, it don't have nothing to do with you.
Hey, she's absolutely right. Now, there's some things that I do disagree with her about in reference to, being able to get a home loan, being able to get a business loan, that type of stuff. Nowadays, it's really just about your credit score. You fill out the paperwork online, the algorithm says yes or no. That's pretty much where it is at this point. As long as your credit score is where it needs to be at, you gotta have over a 620 credit score to buy a home. You need upwards in the 700 types of credit score to purchase a business using the SBA 7A loan. And then obviously there are some creative ways of going about doing that as well, but that's not what this is about. I understand exactly where she's coming from because she's frustrated. Why are there black liberals out there? Because let's just call it what it is. Those of us that are conservatives, we look at them with the side eye, like, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? And I had a conversation with a young man about a week or so ago, maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks ago at this point, and he was talking. He was caping for illegal immigrants, and I'm like, dude, do you not understand that they brought these people over to replace people that look like you and I? Do you not understand that? Do you not understand that the Democrat Party, they understand that the black vote is about to be split right down the middle, 45-55? One way or another in the very near future. It wouldn't surprise me if the next election, the next major election, maybe the 2026, and definitely going into 2028, that the black vote is going to be like every other demographic in the country. It's going to be a 45, 55, 47, 52 type situation. You know what I'm saying? To where at that point, they no longer have the ability to just full-fledged win national elections like that. They understand it. And these people play the long game. They also understand, hey, let's get these folks over here and we're going to give them the moon. Now, I do agree with her. There are places in California where they was giving these people standard loans, and they were giving them the 20% down payment on a loan, which essentially means that they're giving these people $200,000 in equity in a home right off the rip, without these people paying $1 into the system or doing anything. They're getting free health care. That's what this government shutdown is about right now. We're on day 9. They're giving these people free health care. You and I got premiums and daggone deductibles. That's ridiculous. I'm glad that you have more and more people starting to wake up and realize that, hey, one, these Democrats, they don't mean you any good. Two, the black folks that are kicking for these folks, don't sit your tail down in the house some daggone well. This ain't your fight. This ain't got nothing to do with you. And I would say the same thing, you know, to the white folks that's out there, these crazy white liberals that are out there, you know what I'm saying, supporting their own demise. I just don't get it. I don't understand these people. I don't understand the wealthy folks. You know what I'm saying? Still supporting the liberal agenda. Do you not understand that they want to take from you? It makes absolutely no sense. You're literally cutting your own nose off to spite your face while supporting this stupid agenda. And I agree with her. I'm glad that you have black women out there, because what we do understand is that 92% of black women in this country, at least over this previous election, supported Kamala Harris and the liberal agenda. But since that happened, I've seen it, I've witnessed it. More and more black women in this country saying, man, this don't make sense. This don't make sense. So I'm looking forward to a time. I don't think that 100% of black people are going to be conservative. I don't think that. I'm definitely looking forward to the time when it is, just like every other demographic in the country, where it is a pretty much a 50-50 split, essentially. 45-55, 47-52, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking forward to that. And I'm looking forward to black Americans just being Americans, choosing the party or choosing the agenda that makes sense to them, and being Americans, participating in the process, just like everybody else. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Like, share, subscribe, turn the notifications on to all so you never miss an upload. Consider joining the ARP family or buy your brother a coffee if you would like to support the channel financially. I appreciate those that do. Thank you guys very much. God bless each and every one of you all. Join us Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for ARP in the morning, when our live chats. And if it's your first time, let me know in the chat so we can properly welcome you. Shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate you all, man. Keep God first. Stay prayed up. We'll catch up with you all next time. Peace.
It's interesting in that area. Very interesting.
But every time he interviews somebody, I think the response that Don Lemon Booty, or whatever his name is, he's doing these interviews. But every time he interviews somebody, I think the response that he thinks he's going to get, they ain't what he was wanting. I'll tell you that. The ICE raids. Who? ICE raids. Like immigration. I feel good about it. Yeah, you want to crack down? More, yes. Get them out of here. Get them all out of here. Please and thank you.
But you could take that now and create your own show.
I know. People were telling me, somebody said, you should do a new Roseanne show and say all your family was killed by illegal aliens.
That's right. Absolutely. Well, here's what I want to know. So that night you tweeted out this tweet.
Yeah,
so
it was weird. No, I was in bed. I was asleep.
And then you wake up the next morning, all hell is breaking loose. What was your first thought and feeling? What did you think right away?
I tweeted, when I woke up, they had said that I was being racist. And I tweeted back, I didn't know it was a big deal yet. I said, Muslim is not a race.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know she was black.
Right.
And then you could knock me over with a feather when they found out. And I was like, oh my God, I've stepped in some mud now, some stinky stuff.
Yeah.
And, but it wasn't like that too much. It was like I was asleep and I got awakened, what's the word? And it was like, put your fingers on that computer and type this. It was like not even me.
Yeah.
And it was like important that I did it. And so I did it, and then I was thinking, man, you have made a Q-like sentence that holds a lot of nuance. And then when they came down on me the next day, I was just already so shook up. I was so shaken because they were saying that it was.
I know.
They reduced it to the most common denominator of idiocy.
Yeah. You don't hear anything about that though from these people.
No. And
are you over that now? Are you past that? Or does it still bother you?
It bothers me to have been slimed by people who were saying you don't need black writers. That makes me mad. And I do want an apology. And they owe me an apology.
Yeah.
I don't want my show back because, whatever.
Right.
It's too hard.
Yeah.
And I could never go back now with the things they've said about me.
Yes.
And nor would I want to. But I just want to, well, you sit, know me for 20 years and who I am and what I've done.
Did
and
the
then
cast
tell me
defend you? The cast of that show, they didn't defend you?
No.
Why not?
They piled on.
Really?
Yeah. It was,
were you surprised by that?
Hell, huh?
Were you surprised they did not defend you, the cast of the show?
No, because I was like this. When the network called, they said, you're going to have to talk to the network. And I'm like, that's when I started smoking again. I hadn't even been smoking.
I don't blame you.
So I go, give me a dang cigarette. You know, I'm out in the alley smoking and talking.
Yeah.
And the first thing they said to me is, what? And it was real arrogant. Not the way you talk to somebody who's just giving you a #1 show.
Right. That's right.
Not the way. But
That's right.
it was a man. And, you know, he's beta.
Beta.
Beta, yeah. No respect for me as a woman, as an artist, or somebody who has put their own butt on the line for things they never would do.
Making a lot of money for them, too.
Yeah. But, you know,
make it happen.
The first question he says to me, what possible excuse do you have for such an egregious blah, blah, and then I stopped listening then. I know it's going to be something good.
That's right.
They can't shake my faith. They can't destroy me, and they definitely can't silence me.
That's right.
And so that won't happen.
That's
But
right.
I thought, well, this subject is so large that I need to address it. And so that is why I was invited to address the Knesset in Jerusalem, and I will be speaking about the left.
Oh, good.
And how they, like the women in Hollywood, congratulated the woman who fired me. The actors.
Amazing.
And the reason I voted for Trump is because he said he would move the embassy to Israel. So it was
And he did it.
and he did it.
He did it. I was going to ask you about the Great White Hope.
I love that you say that to people. It gets them going.
I know, they hate that. I love the Great White Hope, by the way.
I love him.
He's the best thing that could have happened to America right now than any other thing.
Absolutely.
But I want to go...
And to Israel.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thank him for
Israel
that. When he
very
called me
important.
to congratulate me on having a #1 show,
Yes.
I thanked him on behalf of my mother and my whole family that
Right
he recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. And
About
then
time.
he followed through, 6,000 years ago
Yeah.
now. And then he followed through by moving the U.S.
gonna be able to get
embassy
them all
there,
on here,
and I'm
but-
going there.
Right.
And that is, you don't know, that's like, well, I'm sure you can imagine and relate it to your upbringing culture, but that is historical redemption of the Jewish people.
Yeah.
And
I can imagine.
I just love him for that.
Me too. Man, I pray for him all the time because
Me too, I pray
they
for
hate him.
Oh, yeah, they do.
They hate him.
They hate him because he did that.
I want
Do you think that's why they hate him? I think that's a large
No.
reason of why they hate him.
that's one of the reasons, but they hate him because he is a straight,
Yeah.
white, conservative, Christian man of power. He put the country first. He's having a great impact on the country for the good, and those people never intended for that to happen. So they hate him because of that. He's a straight, white, conservative, Christian man of power, and he doesn't back down. Most men are like beta men, and they would back down. They would be afraid to speak up. If they're attacked, they want to attack back and just take it. He's not like that.
Here's why I love him, plus those things like you said. He's going after child trafficking.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when I tell people that, they always stop a little bit. I always like to tell Democrats that.
Yeah.
He's helping children of the world. Now, I align myself with people who are against child sex slavery and any kind of slavery.
Yeah.
You can't have that anymore. It's needless.
Yeah, that's right. I gotta prove something to you. I think you might already know.
What?
There is no such thing as racism.
I know you say
sexism.
that, but you've never worked in Hollywood in a writer's room, huh?
I'm gonna tell you why they did that. But there's no such thing as isms. No racism, no sexism, no homophobism, no Islamophobism, no deadbeat dadism. And the reason for that, because the Bible says that our battle is a spiritual battle. It's a warfare. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spirits and principalities and wicked places and high places. And so, and there are good men and women who are not dealing with that. They have overcome, and there are those who have not, right? And of all races.
That's right.
And when I was growing up, we knew that. They never used the word racism when I was growing up. They said, no, that's a bad one, or that's a good one. That's evil, or that's good. And so there you can solve the problem if you know what it is.
That's right.
But the children of the lie made up those words about racism and sexism, because once they made it up, there's no way you can solve it. How do you prove somebody's when you're just a hateful person? And so they are lying about racism. It's never been about racism. It's just people. You have bad, evil people. You have good ones. So that's why I say there's no such thing as
but
racism.
Also, I understand that, but then you got to get into.
I'm gonna tell you why they don't hire them.
Okay.
Because they tell me in secret, and I know already, that when you hire black people, you run the risk of being sued. You run the risk because if you correct them, they're gonna get mad. They're gonna accuse you of racism, and they're gonna sue you. They don't show up on time. They don't work very hard, and nobody want to put up with that. And if you try to if you try to correct them, you got to fight them.
Yeah, I believe that. With black writers is the opposite of what you said. I've had that problem with old Jewish guys that don't show up on time and show up drunk and, got a hooker in the other room while they're supposed to be writing. But I haven't had that experience.
I have.
Okay, I'm sure you have.
Believe me. And it started right at when they broke up the family. Because when I was growing up, my grandfather taught us, my grandmother taught us, you got to be on time, you got to work hard, appreciate what you have, appreciate your job, treat it as though it's your own. And that's paid off for me, to have a good attitude about everything. But once they broke up the family, most of the blacks lost that. They don't have that attitude anymore. They think they own something because they're black. Give it to me just because I'm black, and they don't have to earn it. That's gone now.
Do you think that that's what's her name? Oh, God, Candace Owens, she's always talking, who I really like.
Yeah.
She's always talking about victim mentality.
Yes.
And at a time in my life when I was a big leftist.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Are you conservative now?
I had the big victim mentality.
Yeah, they have it. Yeah. Black people, not all, but most feel like victims. And the liberals have made them, the Democratic Party have made them feel like victims by always giving them something and telling them, there, it's not your fault, it's someone else. And so now they've fed them so much free stuff, they feel like victims now.
Well, I think that what they were doing was sabotaging them.
Of course.
They were sabotaging the black community to split it so it didn't have a strong vote. They also sabotaged the connection between the Jewish and black community. That one was too strong for them. Yeah. So they had to take that down, because, unity is the worst thing to the slave owner.
That's right, 100%. Do you consider yourself a conservative now?
I just say Jew. I live by my people teachings.
Yeah.
And so I do think that I'm conservative in some things and as far as law, very conservative on the law. But I'm liberal in the way that I think everybody can reboot their life.
They can change.
If they repent and decide to change.
Absolutely.
So I try to, so I'm a little of both probably.
I used to be when I was a baiter, I was a Democrat. And then I went to God and he changed my heart, took away the anger. And I could no longer identify with the platform of the Democratic Party. And so I went back and I said, you know what, God, I have one more favor. He's like, what is it? I said, you changed my heart. I can no longer identify with the Democratic Party. So I looked at the Republican platform, God, country, family, Constitution, and all that. And I could agree. I said, I don't want to be a Democrat anymore. I'm sorry. He said, oh, don't worry about it. I forgive you. And I became a Republican. And it's been amazing.
I guess I became a sort of Republican because I voted for Trump. But
the Great White Hope.
Yeah, well, to us, he's the great Jewish hope.
Oh. Well, he's my great white hope.
Okay.
You think he's going to win? You predict he will win in 2020 to be reelected?
If things go right in this world, but I don't know. I would think so. I love that since he started talking about the wall.
Oh yeah.
His support from Hispanics went up 19%.
Yeah, I know.
From legal immigrants.
They call my radio show. They love him.
I mean, the Democrats are so arrogant and stupid, and also they're very. I know you don't like to think there's racist, but they presume a lot about other culture and people's culture, and they like presume. No, they don't care. And I loved that you were out there talking about. Well, they don't. The illegals who come here, well, they don't go live in Beverly Hills with you.
That's right.
They come to working class, black neighborhoods, and then we bear the brunt of the things they do. Increase in violence, rape, crime,
and running blacks out of their own neighborhoods and everything with all that violence and stuff.
But the Democrats have no interest in what people on the ground and working people live through. They don't. It's boring to them. They got to jet off to Afghanistan and check on their poppies.
That's right. We were unfortunately coming to an end.
I love being with you.
Me too. I'm enjoying this. So I got to ask you some quick questions.
Okay. They better not be nasty.
They won't. What is a man?
A man is the greatest thing in the world. A man is a leader, a comforter. He can get your circuits right. He can help you with your kids. He sets your kids. I mean, what my boyfriend does with my children, I cannot do.
That's amazing.
He's a real guy, a real man, and he is a brilliant musician. So I have music in my life and a strong person to lean on. When I'm really weak,
Yeah.
I am pretty well emotionally weak woman, but not my family. Oh, don't mess with my family.
Right on. What is love?
Love is an energy that the universe emits, and all we have to do is just soak it up. It's the natural order of everything.
Yeah. Will you go for the Great White Hope this time around? Next time around?
Hell yes.
That's right. And my final question. Did you have fun?
I did, and I also love to talk on such a deep level with you and see a little bit better who you really are. It was great.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for coming.
Good evening and welcome to a program devoted entirely to lefties losing it. And I'm afraid the miserable miscreants of the celebrity world have had a rough couple of days. They have been railing against democracy again and uttering words they do not understand. Here is Jane Fonda.
Our industry is ready to mobilize and to resist autocracy, to resist attacks on our fundamental freedoms. We're artists, we're creatives. Freedom of expression is essential to what we do. Many of our fathers and grandfathers fought wars to defend this right, and we can't just sit back and let this happen. And it's moving fast. This isn't a creeping totalitarianism. This is fast-moving consolidation of autocracy, and that means we have to move fast.
You know what's not moving fast? Jane's face. Go easy with the fillers and the Bobo lady. Good Lord, it's becoming difficult to tell her and Madonna apart these days. And of course, any celebrity spouting far-left nonsense is given a platform to spew that on CNN.
He is amassing power in a way that will destroy our democracy. And so we're going to stand up. We want to move forward with love, with unity, with solidarity, and we want to encourage everybody else in all the other sectors of this country to do the same. We don't want to be a pillar of support to this regime that's forming.
You know, these people really do exist in a parallel universe. Do they think the Hollywood mindset is the majority? Do they have no respect for democracy and the fact that Donald Trump is in power because he won an election in a landslide, despite his opponent outspending him by a huge margin? Now to another dim-witted, hopelessly out-of-touch, aging celebrity who seems to think he speaks for the masses. Here is Hollywood has-been, a hysterical Hollywood has-been, claiming that Trump has a dark presence and he has destroyed America. Here is Richard Gere.
That are worried about what's happening in the U.S. Are you worried?
Of course. No, I mean, we have a president who's completely, he's not only crazy, he's a dark presence. And it's happened so quickly. 6 months, he's almost destroyed our country.
Yes, secure borders and a return to manufacturing will destroy America. I guess we shouldn't be surprised because this is the sort of reckless neo-Marxist activism we've come to expect from Richard Gere. Remember this? It's almost an ad for illegal immigration. Watch this.
So people that you see here on this boat, they're only here because of the donations to Open Arms, the work that Open Arms does. Now, the most important thing for these people here is to be able to get to a free port, be able to get off the boats, get on land, and start a new life, taking care of and make a life for themselves. So please support us here.
Now to the woman who wanted to be president but failed, spending $1.5 billion, outspending Donald Trump by an enormous margin, only to lose. She lost the Electoral College by a big margin, lost every swing state.
First of all, I am going to buy some land down there in Alabama, and I'm a plantation, and I'm going to start a new plantation so I can bring the blacks back and teach them to be
why is he like
work.
this? Why?
Teach them how to work, how to respect, how to love God. Most black people don't love and believe in God today, even though they go to church.
Now, Jesse, let me ask you this. If I own a business and I said, I don't want you to come in to my business because of your skin color, is that my right as a business to deny you service based on the color of your skin?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Well, at least you're consistent.
Because you have a private business and you put that business together in spite of what Obama said. You built the business and you have a right to set your own rules. When the blacks I grew up in Alabama on a plantation down there under Jim Crow laws. And I remember when blacks were protesting, they took it too far, the so-called civil rights people, and they were forcing their way into white-owned private businesses and tried to force white people to service them, whatever it was, right? And I thought then, these black people are taking this too far. You can't force a man. You don't have a right to force a private business to service you. But they did that, and it was wrong. Likewise, it would be wrong to make white people, any private business, take a nappy-headed person in if they don't want to.
So let me take this a little bit farther. You live in LA, right?
Yes.
So what if I said you cannot live in the neighborhood you live in because of the color of your skin?
If they own the neighborhood, if it's a private owned neighborhood, the government put no money in that neighborhood, it's privately owned, then they have a right to do that. Even black people, including myself, I'm very concerned when I see black people moving into my neighborhood because I know when black people are moving in, crime, destruction, ghetto, stealing, robbing, and killing is coming back with them. And so I wouldn't want my neighborhood to be destroyed. So I'm very careful about who moves in my neighborhood even now.
So, and you make that determination based on the skin color of the people that move into your neighborhood. You judge them by their skin color.
Well, now I made that decision by if they should apply, take an application and do a thorough background to make sure that have a job. They've not been in jail. You know, they've not been part of gangs, and that they're going to keep the neighborhood looking well. And as a private person, I have a right to do that, and no one has a right to tell me I can't. Look at the black neighborhoods. Nobody want to go to where white people going back now, buying up the land and making it beautiful again. But I don't see people moving into the neighborhood. When Snoop Dogg and all those people got money, they moved out of the neighborhood. So why shouldn't white people have the right to protect their own neighborhood from the blacks?
Well, look, let me tell you this. First of all, I think that the communities, I'm from the Washington, D.C. area, Baltimore, Washington, D.C., and there are incredible, beautiful, wealthy black communities that are almost all black. And, you know, it's a place that's desirable and most people want to live. So this idea that you just came up with crime and all of that, I think that has to do with, some of the economic issues that we have in communities, the way communities are underserved. If you had fewer resources and things like that, even you might resort to that. And I think, right now, Jesse, to be honest, I never try to question anybody's sincerity, but I don't think you believe what it is that you're saying.
I know it. I mean, it's true what I'm saying, and everybody knows it. A lot of people won't say it.
I don't believe it.
A lot of people won't say it, but you and I know that it's true. And by the way, when I was growing up, as I said, I grew up on a plantation in Alabama. I lived in a wood house with a tin roof. The bathroom was an outdoors bathroom, and we had to grow our own food and all that kind of stuff. Sometimes went to the store, and you didn't see black crime like you see it now. You didn't see ghetto neighborhoods, and you didn't see out of wedlock births and white people like you see it now. And my point is, black people are not suffering because of the lack of material things. Black people are suffering due to the destruction of the family and the lack of moral character. Most black people are immoral. That's why they're suffering. That's why they beg for reparation. They beg for affirmative action. They attack white people. We saw a bunch of blacks going into a store and just robbing it, stealing it, destroying it. Nobody want that mess around them.
So let me ask you this. If black people were better off when they lived under conditions that you just named, that you grew up under, why don't you go back? Why don't you go back and live in a tin house with an outhouse? If that's the way people that look like you should live, then why are you making it worse for everybody? Why are you making it worse for the white people in your neighborhood? Why don't you go back and live in that tin roof house, wood hut with the outhouse, and start the process of making these neighborhoods great again?
That's a very good question. First of all, I am going to buy some land down there in Alabama, and I'm a plantation, and I'm going to start a new plantation so I can bring the blacks back and teach them to be how to work.
He's so messy, y'all. So messy.
Teach them how to work, how to respect, how to love God. Most black people don't love and believe in God today. Even though they go to church, they don't believe in God, because if they did, you wouldn't have 70% of black babies born out of wedlock. Black men and women hate one another. You wouldn't see the mama ruling the house and the man is weak. Beta males. You would see morality instead of immorality in the black community if they believed in God. But I gotta ask, did you want to respond to that?
Yeah, I did really quickly, and that is, Jesse, and this is a personal question. If you don't feel comfortable answering it, I'm okay with that. Yes. But do you date black women, or do you date white women? Or
right now, I'm not dated at all. But when I did date black women, because black women deserve to have a good man, and most black men are weak beta males. Even when they get with a woman, they become the boy and she become the mama. And so black women deserve to have a good man. They
y'all
haven't
agree with
had
that?
one in the last 70 years or so.
Okay, all right, yeah. I was for some reason I was thinking you were going to say white women, but okay, that's interesting.
Why were you thinking that?
Because you seem to have a lot of animus towards black women.
No, I don't have any anger toward anybody. I love all people. That's why I tell black people the truth, because I love them. I don't lie to them and pretend that it's racism or sexism or homophobiaism or Islamophobia or deadbeat dadism or anti-Semitism. It's either right or wrong, good or evil. And black people at one time knew that. Prior to the civil rights movement, they believed in God. They got married for the most part. They didn't have all these children out of wedlock and beg somebody else to take care of them. So I'm trying to bring them back to a time when they were moral.
So what is your opinion on Dr. King and the civil rights movement, Ella Baker? What's your opinion of that?
Well, I believe now that the civil rights movement itself was one of the worst things that's ever happened to black people. Because I noticed that prior to the civil rights movement, black people thought for themselves, they did for themselves, they didn't blame anyone, they were not hating white people, they were not relying on the government, they were not begging for affirmative action and reparation. But after the civil rights movement started, the blacks turned their lives over to the so-called civil rights leaders and over to the Democratic Party, and they have not recovered. They've only gotten worse instead of getting better. So it was a mistake.
I think that's an oversimplification. So you think that during the period that you praised, it seems like since you said you grew up in Jim Crow in a small wood house with a tin roof and an outhouse, but post-civil rights, you live in a posh neighborhood in LA. So doesn't it seem like things have gotten better post-civil rights because you're living a better life, correct?
Well, I was living a good life then because I didn't have the hatred in my heart for white people. I didn't blame them for anything. We were taught to love and not to hate. So even then, I didn't consider myself as being poor and all that crap. And so today, I live even pretty much the same, except that I don't have any hatred in my heart at all, and I'm doing fine. But I don't, even when life was tough, when I moved to California, I had to do it on my own. Life was tough, but I still didn't blame the white people for it. I was taught to work, to save my money, to invest, and to take care of myself. Men who blame and beg and whine and complain are women. They're acting like women. They're acting just like their mothers. So we're trying to show these black men how to stop being women.
Well, I can't speak for your mother, but my mother was not a whiner or complainer at all. She was a very strong woman. And I can tell you, as well as my father is a very strong man. But I would say, I think that the things that you said that you're doing through your organization are great. And, I'm very proud of you for doing that. The thing is, why you have to couple that with, instead of ignore what the white people are doing or saying or whatever and focus on bettering yourself, it sounds like you're saying love white people and white people are the best and this and that. And why not just focus on how can we better yourself? How can we better you? How can you get your feet on the ground rather than this white history month and white people are so great, rather than telling people that.
Well,
what's the message?
I am telling black people that they need to stop hating, because most black people, including so-called Christians, black Christians, hate white people, and they're blaming white people. They're blaming white people for something that whites are not guilty of. Whites are not guilty at all of the destruction of black people. It's due to the black man being weak, the black woman being angry. She's passing her anger down to the black man's children, turning him away from his father toward her, and causing these boys and girls to rely on others rather than on themselves. And you can't blame white people for that. It's the destruction of the family.
So the destruction of the family, slavery, incarceration, all the things that divided black families, that has no role in the destruction of
it has nothing to do with that at all.
Black families are not destroyed. I have a black family. I'm a father. I'm married. I got 3 kids.
Are you married to a black woman?
I'm married to a black woman.
Amazing. I thought you would have said a white woman.
Why do you think that? Why? What made you think that I would have said a white woman?
Because most of the time you end up marrying what you hate. And most black men hate their mothers, so they try to get away from her, whether consciously or unconsciously. They try to get away from that spirit, so they end up marrying a Chinese or a white woman or Mexican, but they still end up marrying mama because you have to overcome her in order to marry your own race. But I gotta ask you this: did you go for the Great White Hope?
No, I don't. Who is the Great White Hope?
The president, President Trump.
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because he doesn't stand for the things that I stand for.
So you don't stand for the country?
I stand for healthcare. I stand for fair immigration. I stand against racial discrimination. I stand for women being treated right. Those are the things I stand for.
Do you stand for the country?
I think that those things are important things to the country. So,
do you stand for the country? Do you put America first?
By supporting those things, I think I support America.
Do you put America first?
How do you support America and you don't support healthcare?
Do you put America first?
As opposed to what? I put God first.
He will keep asking the same question until you answer.
America first.
I put God first.
And so do you put America second?
I put America as the nation that I pledged, allegiance to, and that I constantly try to make a better place.
Do you put America second to God?
I put, my wife second to God. But, if you want to go down and talk about what nation I put first, of course, I put the United States of America first, and that's why I criticize it, because I want it to be the best nation it could possibly be. I'm not comparing it to, other nations around the world. I'm comparing it to what the potential for the United States is.
Do you love white people? You love white people?
I love humanity.
How about white people?
I love humanity.
How about white people?
I love everybody.
Do you love white people?
I love humanity.
One last time. Do you love white people?
Are white people included? Are they human beings?
I didn't ask about anybody but white people. Do you love white people?
If they're human beings, then yes. If they're not, then maybe we'll have to talk about it.
You don't think that they are human beings?
I think they are.
What do you mean if they are human beings?
I'm saying you're separating them from the rest of humanity. I'm saying I don't necessarily look at it that way. I love all human beings.
But I only asked about white people. If you love white people.
Yeah, I just don't separate people in that way when it comes to this question. If you ask me, do I love people? I'd say yes, I love people.
You are smart, man. You're a professor. You're teaching African history and all that. You got a black wife. You got African American children. I noticed that black people lead the way in crying racism. And if anybody else come into the country, they cry racism. Black people, not all but most, would jump on board right away. And black people are the #1 haters of other people. They lead the way in hating whites, Mexicans, Japanese, the Italian, anyone that moves into, they even hate other black Africans who come here and get an education, get jobs, and make their way. Black people are the most hateful people on earth. Why are they always crying racism when they're the one leading the way in hatred?
I would 100% disagree based on history that black people are the most hateful people in the world. As a matter of fact, I would argue that African Americans are the most loving people.
No.
And
why don't you live in the hood? I bet you won't move to the hood.
You know, I live, a couple miles from where I grew up.
I know where you live. You don't live in the hood.
You know, I live where I grew up. I live in the community. And I'll tell you this.
So why don't you move to the hood with those loving people?
I lived up until 2017. I lived in the hood.
But you don't live in the hood now.
I don't live in the hood now.
And so, if they so loving, why don't you live with them?
What is the hood?
You know what the hood is.
No, I'm telling you.
You ain't that white.
Say what?
You're not that white. You don't know what the hood is. What is the hood?
Yeah, no. What is the hood? Are there white hoods?
Yeah, I hear that there are white ghettos, even though I never seen one. I do hear that they exist.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, when you come to the East Coast, I'll take you to some places where they're virtually all white, and you'll see how comfortable you feel in that community. You've been in LA a long time. You probably haven't been in areas like Alabama in a while.
So you know where white hoods are?
Absolutely.
So you do know what a hood is, and why'd you ask me what was a hood?
Well, you're telling me that I think you have a different definition because you're like, I don't know if a white hood exists.
I've never seen one.
But maybe there isn't a white. Maybe there isn't. I don't know. You have to tell me what a hood is. So we would define a lot of things differently. I define racism differently than you.
What is a man?
What is a man? I think a man is however a particular person defines a man.
Is a transgender woman a real man?
So if they're a transgender woman, then they're a woman.
No, meaning that they went from a woman, they took off their woman body part and put on men body parts. Would that make them a man?
So I would say if they define themselves to be men, then if you want to define yourself to be a man, then call yourself a man.
But would you see it as a man?
Yes, I respect people's beliefs.
But in your own heart and mind, would you see it as a man, though?
Yes.
So you think that's what a man is?
Because I respect people's beliefs.
Are you a Christian?
No, I'm not.
Oh, an atheist?
No.
What are you?
I have my own spiritual beliefs.
What's your spiritual belief?
I have a spiritual belief in God. I believe in God. And, I don't like to put labels on it.
Do you love black people?
I absolutely love black people.
Why couldn't you say that about white people?
I said I love all people.
No, you said I absolutely love black people. But when I asked you if you love white people, you couldn't say.
Yeah, no, it wasn't that I couldn't say. I just wanted to make it clear. I wanted to make it clear that I love all people.
But why did you make that clear when I asked about black people?
Because I think you and I have a difference. You love black people, but don't love black people.
I love all people. I love all people, even my enemies.
Yeah, so then we agree.
I love white people. If you had asked me, do you love white people? Yes. But
I know you would have said yes.
You couldn't say yes. And when you asked about black people, I love black people. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share.
Yeah, sometimes I just listen to Jesse Lee Peterson. He is so funny to me. This is so crazy. Bus driver from hell. Oh my God. What happened?
This, though, a former charter school bus driver was in court today accused of multiple crimes against children.
Man, it is. Who would enable this person to drive a bus? Hey, what you doing?
He does look bad, y'all.
I'll treat black women to look like
But everybody's mugshot makes them look like they're just the worst. It's like the worst day ever.
I've seen older black women like, I obviously know it's a guy.
Man.
Yeah. By the 5 o'clock shadow and that scowl on his face. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? When we was kids, there is no way in hell a school district will hire something like that to be the bus route for kids. Mama and Daddy wouldn't let us get on that school bus. If we was it, man, we'd have been forbidden to get on it. Mama said it's a devil on that bus. Don't get on that bus. Right. Hey, but before we get to this video, don't forget about our giveaway. It ends Wednesday night to win the Dodge Hellcat. But if you enter right now, you also enter to win our next giveaway, which is Ford Bronco Raptor in $10,000 cash. Yeah, but it ends this Wednesday at midnight, and we give you 50 times the interest. Go to bestalltwist.com. Anything you about to say, that you automatically enter to win. Let's get to the video. Look at that. If I was a kid coming in, look at the look on her face. I mean, his face, right? Yeah. Like, why you doing this to me? Yeah. Hey, Kevin, if I was a kid and I was waiting for the bus, remember I was waiting for the bus, and the bus driver parked and then opens up the doors, I get on the bus and I saw that, like, I would have got on like this. Yeah. I'd have kept my own. I'd let you get on that bus by yourself. I said, I'm good. I'm walking soon. All right, here we go.
48-year-old LaTwain Tate will be held on a $1 million bond in jail. WCNC's Charlotte Jesse.
Charter schools are private schools too, ain't it?
The air is live outside of the Mecklenburg.
Yeah, and then you get the job application. The first name is LaTwain. If I was in charge, if I had the authority to hire people to drive the buses for school district, the first red flag would have been LaTwain. Like, nope, pass that one over. We ain't doing that DEI thing here. Yeah.
Burke County Courthouse in Uptown, where that hearing took place. Jesse, you were able to speak to Tate's family today. We appreciate their time, but what did they tell you?
Well, yes, that's right. I did speak to Tate's family briefly here at the courthouse and at their home, and they say Tate is innocent. I also got a chance to speak to some folks that live in the area where the incident happened, and they say the accusations are alarming.
It's pretty disturbing that it's so close to home.
LaTwain Tate, also known as Miss Sharon, in court.
The last name is Tate. What if he's in akin to the Tate brothers? I seriously doubt that. Right.
Wednesday, charged with 2 counts of statutory rape, 6 counts of indecent liberties with a minor, and 1 count of statutory sex offense. Police say there are at least 4 victims, boys between the ages of 14 and 15. After a weeks-long investigation, Tate was arrested Tuesday.
My wife told me I was in the house, that she told me that there were cops outside, a lot of undercover cops.
Investigators say several of the boys stayed with Tate and performed sexual acts on Tate at the home. Folks who live
Lord help me, Jesus.
On Tate? Yeah. So it means tell me, even though they were underage and they're not adults and they don't have the authority to consent to having relations with a grown man, but I'm thinking they were. Yeah, it was consented. Yeah, and they're probably all of them gonna burn in hell.
The area say the entire ordeal is unsettling.
14, 15-year-olds can be so impressionable at that age.
Not me.
And, to think that somebody would take advantage of kids in that age range, that's just very alarming.
Mary Catherine Elkins with Pat's Place Child Advocacy Center says they work with CMPD on investigations like this.
We provide a forensic interview, which is a developmentally appropriate conversation with children to get information from them that's admissible in court.
Elkins says it is important for parents to have regular conversations with their kids about safety and appropriate relationships with adults.
Even with teenagers, they need to be aware that there are boundaries and that they can say no.
Now, police believe there may be more victims out there and asking anyone with information to come forward. Tate's next court hearing is scheduled for October 16. Live in Uptown, Jesse Pierre, WCNC Charlotte.
Some very interesting revelations today, Jesse. Thanks for updating us.
14, 15, this bus driver took advantage of their sexual preferences. What? This bus driver took advantage of their sexual preferences.
You saying the bus driver took advantage of them because they was horny? No, because they swing that way. They switch hitters. Because they were horny. No, not because they were horny. Well, why else would you do it, Kevin? Sexual. That's that sexual preference, though. Yeah, but they were horny. Yeah. Because at that age, 14, 15, if that would have came on to me, I'd say, man, you better back up. That's what I would have did. But that's why I say he took advantage of that sexual preference. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking, I'm just speculating. I don't know for sure, but somebody, a young boy at the age of 14, 15, we do know how to say no, especially if we're not hip to, switch hitters. You think he actually fooled them or something? No, he took advantage of that because they're underage. Yeah. They don't have to throw it into consent, right? He took advantage of their sexual preference. Yeah. Remember, 14, 15, I was probably the horniest animal on this planet. Yeah, I know. So that's why I say he took advantage of their preference. Yeah. Being diplomatic about it. Yeah, look at that, man. Look at that. That wig is crazy. That wig? That's probably hair extensions. Keith, that's a wig. It's no bangs. Unless he has a forehead like Stevie Wonder, which I seriously doubt that's a wig. LaTwain. Now, you can't tell me this was not a DEI hire. You cannot tell me it was. Without a doubt. Checked off all kinds of boxes. He's black. He's trans. Yeah. Man, I'm doing the community solid. That's the mindset of a liberal, but you ain't doing nobody solid hiring that. Yeah. So his name is LaTwain. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking he transitioned from Dwayne or Wayne, probably just Wayne, to LaTwain. It's probably just Wayne. At the end of the day, you still just Wayne. He's probably transitioned. My name's Wayne. Nah, I'm LaTwain. That is a crazy story. No, that's crazy, man. Why would you let someone like this around impressionable? No, why would you let them around kids to begin with? Yeah. And I know this dude's got a history. Did they run a background check? Because this person didn't start doing this stuff overnight. I would think for bus drivers, dude, criminal background, an extensive background because you're around kids. Yeah. Well, we might be jumping to conclusions because they say he's innocent. He's innocent? Yeah. At the very least, it's statutory because he says he's innocent. He hasn't did anything. It's all lies. That's all lies. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's lies. Yeah. It's I think no. They'll smoke their spire. There's a bunch of Republicans after him. He said, "Well, I know we're gonna set them up. You're gonna say these lies. Ain't nobody gonna believe you." Oh, no, Republicans are not that diabolical. Yeah. We're Christians.
Is it a loaded firearm that you have with you, Mr. Correct?
So you're not under arrest right now?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Probably not the best idea to be wearing a vest, armed, possible criminal impersonation of a police officer. I'm a retired Baltimore City. Okay, 27 years.
Retiring 4 years ago. I'm speechless.
When a police officer in Bremerton, Washington arrives to a call and finds a man dressed as a law enforcement officer already on the scene, things quickly take a turn for the bizarre. Suspicious that the man may be impersonating a police officer, authorities soon discover that while he doesn't have any legitimate police...
Ain't no telling, like, if I just let my videos go, child, ain't no telling where, like, what end up being played next, Just no telling at all. Let's see what's going on. What's going on in the algorithm, honey? Let's see what they're talking about on... Oh, somebody saying Cardi B doesn't even know who the baby's daddy is. Y'all believe that? Hold on.
Somebody said from a wife to a baby mom.
That's ass backwards, ain't it? That's ass backwards, ain't it? And I'm with the bitch. That ain't his baby.
That baby got to be blood tested. It's some jaws got to be swabbed. Because it was all each other around the same time. And that baby gonna be a C-section baby. That baby ain't gonna be able to come out there. You got to get that baby out the bed.
Yo, I'm so happy you said that. So,
she can't. I'm telling you, that's not his baby.
It was nothing that nobody could say. Okay. It almost felt like whatever people experience when they go into like withdrawal and like they're throwing up, like I feel like I was withdrawing love and I can't think, I can't work. I can't even look at my kid's face because it's like, and when you know you're done, I don't know what it is. You just know that it's done in you. It just dies in you. But when it dies, it's very painful.
Cardi B, you get it. Offset's a cheater. Here's the thing I keep trying to tell chicks who willingly deal with cheaters. Y'all are dating rappers. That's your cheater. You knew Offset was it before you got with him. It's probably like, but women always say this thing, oh, he's playing in my face. Nah, he's been playing in your face. There should be nothing that compromises your character. That Offset them, what is it? Sweetie, Kershaw Rock, Ari, like, this is, Offset was piping out chicks that Cardi was supposed to do music.
But there was a song that Quavo had, and the song was called Messy. I said, Carisha, please, because she too messy. A dog behind my back, but I ain't stressing. You wanted the gang, you should have just said it. We would have blessed it. Got messy. I know it sounds different than that. And you were quiet. And the internet was talking. Why were you quiet?
You know why I was quiet? I was quiet because one thing I'm going to do, I'm going to find out the truth. And you know that I was finding out that truth in and out. There was this one time I said with a friend, I'm like, I feel like you had a problem with me. It was like, no, actually, this is what I actually had a problem with you with. And I'm like, that's what you had a problem with me? This is not something to have a problem about, baby. Like, we could have been talk about it. And this is really minor. Like, are you sure? And it's like, you know what? That was stupid. And then they gave me flowers. And I was pregnant too with my sons. Then months later, I found out you this. Oh,
yeah. Because the narrative be nasty sometimes on me.
Was it true to you and Sweetie?
No, man. It was a rumor, man, and I feel like it was something deeper than that for the split of me and bro. It was something deeper than that. You know what I mean? It was something deeper than that. I don't really want to touch on, but it's something deeper than that. I think that was just like that was a thing that was a bug that I heard. I think people was trying to tear my situation down in that situation. And,
you think there were business people that were plotting on you both?
For sure.
Yeah, and they were creating you guys, stopping you guys from being strong so that y'all couldn't go together against that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You believe that?
It's weird. Like, so you gave me flowers, and I said that I'm pregnant, and then I find out months later, you crazy. Y'all was just crazy.
Do you let them know you know?
They know I know.
That girl, did you go back and y'all had a conversation about it after?
No, I don't have to have a conversation no more. I know, and you know that I know, and you know I have the receipts, the real receipts. For some reason, this is so weird. Men actually respect marriages. Women don't really respect marriages.
You're saying outside of the marriage. Like a man wouldn't come to you.
Yes.
Because he's like, oh, you've got your thing.
Yes, like my DMs were extremely dry. Nobody would approach me. But these women, they will throw themselves at a married man like it's nothing. It's like, oh, well, whatever.
Also, that's on Twitter. Like, I know Cardi's like a huge superstar, but throwing shots at Cardi. And they work in the club. So, like, Cardi's on that level of knowing who's who. Also, so that's the thing. So Offset knows I dogged this woman out. Everybody got it. So when she pops out with Mr. Stephon Diggs, cool, whatever. Of course he ain't happy, but he can't be that tight. Why he can't be that tight? because he put her through the ringer. He done every girl. And I think that's what he said. Y'all didn't see when every girl. Y'all didn't see when she was about to do a song with so-and-so, and y'all didn't see when she supposedly caught me on the ring camera, this chick, at our crib, in our bed. Situation, so you gonna see it when you see it, and then your opinion comes in. Mm-hmm. It's like,
But it's already happened.
what you know what I mean? Then I just had to realize it is what it is. No.
So apparently, Cardi B approached a blogger for talking crazy about her on their blog, basically saying that Offset and Cardi B was messing around again.
Y'all don't give a f who you support. Lying on my P word is crazy, and he have not effed me neither. Y'all truly gotta leave and me the F alone. We both move on. Tell him to tell you how he was effing Ari while we was together, but yet I'm wrong for moving on, huh? Leave me the F alone.
I don't cheat no more. Oh my God. So now I don't cheat no more. I didn't realize that I was necessarily cheating. Well, you do know you're cheating, but like how bad I was cheating until I started saying my person was like, oh, it's supposed to feel like this.
Offset, Cardi.
I don't know. What do y'all think?
Ari. Moneybag Yo, Ari. Blueface, Krishan, but apparently Krishan got by Offset. Everybody is trading semen. There's trading juice. They're trading pH levels. This is nasty. If one person just got something, everybody got it because they're all f***ing each other.
So you mean to tell me this whole time Offset was cheating on Cardi B allegedly with Ari Fletcher? What be going on in Hollywood? Y'all like to do that whole trade places situation. It's never y'all messing with Keisha from Michigan. Y'all always messing with another rapper's girlfriend. Like, that's weird to me.
Offset, Krishan, Ari, Sweetie, 10 starlets. Offset had chicks randomly just popping up to the worst. There's two more names too I don't even want to mention because when I heard them names I was flabbergasted. But Offset was out here just piping everybody out. Okay? Offset was leaving Yo I Love You Queen under Cardi B's post. Like,
now Cardi, your ex-wife, or I don't even know if divorce is final, but I know she filed for divorce in 2024. Where do y'all stand now?
I mean,
is it finalized, a divorce?
Not yet.
Okay, so it's not
Still
finalized.
Going through it.
Do you want it to be finalized?
I'm ready to be over it, for it to be over it, yeah.
Really? Is there anything that you wish you would have done differently? Or that you regret? Or that you know?
I should have respected her way more. You know what I mean? I made bad decisions as a man, like stepping out, like gotta take that on the chin. Like that's why when she left, I had to take that on the chin. I was being selfish. You know what I mean?
Leave them chicks on the pole. Stop looking for a hoe with a heart of gold. So Cardi B is pregnant by Stefan the Dummy Diggs, who's got other chicks pregnant. So, and you haven't even divorced your husband yet. This fella is sitting up here getting chicks pregnant like he's the drive-through window of McDonald's.
I like it better like that.
Barbara, this is Shirley. Yeah, busy. Yeah, that's your baby dad. That's my baby dad too, girl. Well, what now? We'll figure it out, baby.
Relationship to relationship is a new baby. Are you okay? You need to slow down. You need to calm down. It's like you went from the frying pan into the fire. You could have just stayed with the cheating husband. Like,
you felt so disrespected by your husband that you decided to hit the streets, and this is the best you could do. So you left your husband because you didn't like his sex habits. Okay, but Stefan Diggs, you and another chick pregnant at the same damn time, that's cool. Said sleeping with other women, that's out of line. We ain't gonna have none of that. I ain't that kind of hoe. Stefan Diggs, okay, me and this other chick both walking around pregnant as hell together. Really? Welcome to the discount man, Cardi.
That Cardi B got into this situation and made sure that Stefan Diggs was now going to be her baby daddy off of the comment that Offset made.
I get real meticulous sometimes.
Year sometime when he's you my baby mama, I want. And he used that as a primer to, hit her where it hurts or get back at her. Cardi B then said, okay, I'm his baby mama too.
I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stefan Diggs. I'm excited. I'm happy. I feel like I'm in a good space.
But you were able to make those decisions and do whatever it is that you want to do, right? Should you do whatever you want to do is the next conversation.
She can't. I'm telling you, that's not his baby.
Ladies and gentlemen of Polite South, you are now about to embark on a journey guaranteed to anger modern women and Cardi B fans alike. As always, we can only promise to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth as we see it. So there's nothing else left to do but get on into it. Are you ready? Let's.
Well, when you think the saga was over, oh no, drama keeps on continuing to spill over every time you take a step back and attempt to try to assess and understand the situation that Offset Cardi B find themselves in. Just how far does a rabbit hole go? Well, it all really depends on which angle you take a look at it. But this is what happens when we're in the lives of entertainment.
I don't even know what these folks is talking about for real. So I think we're doing good here. I was done with those other table labels, so I just went ahead and sent those off. And did I send them off yet? No, I didn't send them off yet. I went ahead and saved them. That's what I did. So we've got that done. Let me take a look at it. Okay, got it with the broccoli salad. Okay. Because it was a toss-up between a broccoli salad and a potato salad. So we went with the broccoli salad. And all right, looks like we've got all the names in there. Okay. So that's looking good. All right. So then what I went ahead and did is just like kept that same basic template, cut out all the other stuff, and then just put in the vendors that'll be there. And then as you can see, some of them I don't have their actual business name or what name they're going by for the business. So I just put in their name, and then I'll replace it with their business name once I get that confirmed. So we've got that done. Let me see. I feel like I forgot something. Okay. Oh, I'm just forgetting the logo. So I think I just needed like one or two more logos that I was missing. The rest of them don't. Yeah, I thought I had this one. I don't know why I thought I had. But now I can't seem to locate it. Let me see. Maybe is it in my text messages? No, it's not in my text messages. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So, let's see. I'm not seeing it in here, so I'm not sure where it is. All right. I think I'm gonna have to reach back out and get that info. Yeah, and then I'll be just about done with these. I'm still missing some contact info. Let's see, like right here. I'm gonna go ahead and put that in. Let me see. 256 276 7311. Wait a minute. I need to do a space right there. Okay, 7311, right? All right. So that's easy. Let me just make this bigger. All right, got them in there. So there's still just a few of them, and I'm going to move this one. Let me see. Yeah, it looks like we're doing pretty good. We've gotten in most of our logos, so I need to put in like a little bit of contact information for a few people. And yeah, then I should be good to go. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I'll just put this in once I get her logo. I'll put her correct info in for that. And I think we're doing good for this one. Let me move the southern states. We're gonna move them down. I'll move them to about right there. Let's see. And then I think I'm going to hide them for now. Well, I guess I don't know. I guess I could leave them where they are. Oh, I don't know. Because even if I don't do anything with it, like their information has changed because they've changed ownership. So like all in between us doing all this. So let me see. Who am I missing here? I thought I was missing one. Yeah, I'm missing one here, I think. We're doing pretty good, y'all. Doing pretty good, making great progress. So I'm happy about that. I think I should move this over. Move this here. Or guess it'll work if you just kind of finagle it a little bit, huh? Okay, so I should have room for the last remaining logos right here. Then we've got some more logos that need to go. Wait, where is it? Need to go right here. And then we should be pretty good to go, you guys. We're making great progress here. So I'm good with this so far. So I'm gonna close out of this one because there's no need for me to do anything else with it right now. And then of course I need Tammy's info since she's our co MC. I want to make sure I got her information in there. Let me see. Okay, what did I do with this? Right here. Just probably gonna move this to about right here. But I could just wait. This is not anything pressing. So when I get the rest of her info, then I'll go ahead and add that to to everything else. Okay. I think we're doing pretty good. So I'm gonna close out of this one for now. And then I just we've saved this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that in an email. Actually, I wonder if I should wait to send it because I already sent her one where she can do a test print to make sure it's all good. So maybe I'll just wait to get the confirmation from her that it's all good to make sure I don't have to change anything before I send her the rest of them. And then these can be sent over to her now because this is just going to go on one side. So, well, it can't go over to her now because I still got to fill out the rest of that. So, okay, so those 2 things are still in the works. So we're still working on that to get the rest of the information there. Okay, no worries. So this is the saved table labels, and the design is for it to be like on one side. This is going to be one side. It's like a sheet of paper that's going to be like landscape orientation. So on this side will be the Gala guide. On this side will be the menu, and then on the other side of the paper will be the table number and the table sponsor. So that's how that's set up to go. So y'all can see it here how that's gonna go. So one side is the table number with the sponsor, and the other side is the Gala guide and the menu. So that way, like we don't have to print off a whole bunch of menu cards or anything like that, or no type of programs or anything like that. But I still want the ladies to know what we're doing, like so they can keep track of the evening, like the order that the evening is gonna go in, and they know what the food is gonna be before they even get up there, so they know what to expect and what they want to choose from. Just go ahead and get them taste buds activated. And then we've got our signature cocktails, signature mocktails, and beer, and then of course water, tea, soft drinks, coffee. So that looks good to me. What do y'all think? I think we're making great progress. So this is exciting. And these are all our super cool sponsors, y'all. Look how many sponsors we have. Like, isn't that great? So everything's looking pretty good to me as far as layout is concerned. Wording, spelling, everything looks good. Because that's always a thing, child. You hate to like mess up a sponsor's name or something. They've given you your money and stuff, and you can't even get their name right. Come on now, get it together. So, yep. All right. We're looking good, y'all. Yeah. I mean, I think we're doing just fine. All right. So that's that. As soon as she gives me the thumbs up that that's okay, I'm going to send that. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and send off. By that time, I should have the rest of the vendor names worked out, because I'm going to contact them tomorrow, during a more today, during a more reasonable time of day. This is 1:40 in the morning. So that's done. And then we've got just those few things to work out there. I went ahead and did a cowgirl check-in table. Should I put cowgirl friend check-in? No, because then that's gonna be super long. So the cowgirl check-in is there. Got the DJ, Phil 5, Bama Photo Booth, Charisma Boutique. And I made one for them because I know we're going to have a table, so I want to put it on there for them. So these are all the tables we're going to have. So, and these are vendor tables and stuff. So, okay, so that's that. And I've already gotten a report today from the venue, the director at the venue, and I think we're doing good there too. So yeah, we're doing good. Steady making progress. Our big thing now is going to be ticket sales and, making that major ticket sale push, getting that done, and just working out any last minute kinks, making sure everybody's tracking on timeline, and any remaining to-do items. Excuse me. Any remaining to-do items that we may have. So we're steady making progress. Now, next time I come back, I'm going to be working more on the ticket stuff, because then I'll have all the information I need to move forward with getting that big ticket push done. So, and then the other next big thing is the donations. So let's go to here. Excuse me. Okay, this is the one here. I need to go ahead and I need to print this off again. Wait a minute, I should still have this in my download. So I shouldn't have to download it again. Let me see. There we go. So I'm also going to be sending this out so that we can make sure we get more donations for like prizes and stuff like that. So that's the other big push as well. Okay, so I got this printed off. I gave my other one to someone yesterday, well, day before yesterday, a business that is considering donating. So I need to make contact with them. Also, tomorrow, follow up with them to see what they decided to do. Okay, so, and then this is for our venue write-up. And I've got that other write-up in my email already, so I guess I'll go ahead and print that off so I can go over that. And then that needs to be signed, and oh, this is good. Oh, this is good right here. Okay. So we've got to give it our final approval too, so everybody can move forward with their part. Get her done, honey. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to print this. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay, so I'm gonna print this, and then so that'll be tomorrow when I start working on this. That'll be the first thing I do is make sure all the venue stuff has been that we're good with it. We're good with the layout and all of that stuff. So and then I got to go through all of my notes and just make sure I didn't miss anything, you know? You know, sometimes it's like it's something gets mentioned, and then next thing you know, it gets forgotten. Okay? So that's what you don't want, you know? But I think so far we're doing a good job at staying on top of things. And then all the duties have been, you know, delegated, I think, just the way, like just a really good way that it needed to be done. So no one's really, well, I think a few of us are feeling a bit overwhelmed, but you know, not as bad as it could be if we were doing everything ourselves, you know, and hadn't properly delegated things. So we're rolling with it. But you know, everybody has a different type of disposition on how they handle stress, obligations, you know, timeline, deadlines, you know, and all that stuff. So I think, you know, that's one of the good qualities that I have. I think I'm pretty good at working with, you know, various people, no matter their temperament or their disposition or anything like that. I can pretty much work with anybody. I think if I can't work with you, like that's a problem, okay? Like you got some major stuff going on. Because you know, like I told you, I operate from a place of grace. So, you know, that's like my. I think I've like trained myself at least to this point to be where that's like my default stance. You know, it's like be a little bit more like show a little bit more grace. You know, or show grace first. So, you know, I think that makes it a little bit easier to work with people, you know, and it's easier for people to work with you. That's really the thing, you know, because, child, you might be the problem. Okay, we're looking good here. Got these organized. So I've got my stacks, so I know what to tackle first, and so I got it organized. And then you guys know we're having a treasure hunt game that's going to be going on the entire night. So, yes. It's going to be a jam-packed, fun evening for sure. Okay. All right, now this is my last stack here. All right. All right. I got this together, y'all. Okay. And then I'll add these into there as well. All right. So what y'all been doing? What are y'all working on? Y'all making progress? Like how, you know, what's the status of the projects y'all got going on? What y'all got going on? What are you creating? Are you making progress? Are these sessions helpful to you? Even though I told y'all before I wanted to be like a little more structured with it, but that's just not the way I'm set up, you know, like my creative like time frame that I'm just like my most creative or my best time to work is usually these weird crazy hours, like late night, early mornings. So I just try to embrace that part of myself, as like that's just a part of myself. It just is what it is. So either I could try to resist it, or I could try to maximize the fact that that's just how it is. So but maybe as time progresses, as we continue doing these, maybe we'll be able to be a little bit more intentional about our timeline, a time frame of when we go live to do these sessions. But keep in mind that you could play these after the fact, after they've aired. You don't have to see them live. You could totally just, like tell yourself they're live, child. Okay, it's not really gonna make a difference. Just have it on, like, to know, like, okay, this is like when I'm just doing my writing, I'm just gonna turn on Delores' live writing session and just write. And she's got background noise, white noise, whatever in the background. It's not disturbing me, but it just gives like a little bit of a mental distraction that keeps you focused. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it sounds weird, but that's how it happens, though, right? Like, that's how white noise is. It's like it's a distraction, but it keeps you focused. It's like it doesn't really distract you. So that's my intention. I don't want to distract you. So I just turn on videos and stuff like that. You don't have to watch them, but you could just listen, or just half listen, or just let it be playing in the background. It just, gives you a little bit of white noise. So I feel good about this, about the progress we've made today. I wanted to get these prints done so that the ladies who are going to be printing them off, or these labels rather, the ladies who are going to be printing them off can go ahead and get them done. And then, because there's not going to be very many changes to them, if at all, then we can go ahead and get this done. We don't have to wait till the last minute. This is something we can just be like, okay, that's done already. We don't have to worry about that. Put it up and just have it, ready to go for gala night. So we're in there, y'all. We in the pocket. So now we are like 13 days out. So we're doing it, y'all. Girlfriend Gala goes west. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for doing this live writing session with me. I'm gonna let y'all go so I can get some rest. Big day today. Heading into this Friday. Lots of connections are going to be made this morning. We've got coffee with the chamber this morning, and then I'm going to be picking up some prizes that people have donated. So I'm going to be picking those up today as well, and then making connections with some other donors, so we can get you the girls, some wonderful prizes for gala night. Because that's like one of the highlights. It's like, oh, what kind of prizes are there going to be? And we've been pretty thoughtful about our prizes this year too. So, I think you all will love all the prizes that we've been able to collect for y'all. Okay, so I love y'all, and thank y'all for tuning into live writing sessions with Delores. Love you. Bye bye for now.